everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and this is what we're going to play with today. I have all these glued book pages from gluing in my glue book and then folding them in half or putting two together or whatever. So I think we'll do like some journaling cards, and I want to use, maybe I'll do a tag or something. I want to use some of my neutral papers because I like to make neutral kind of backgrounds, and then you can add other stuff to them easily. So I'm just going to start with that and get that out of my way because it takes up so much room. So the first thing I do usually with my glue pages, because they're not always held together perfectly because you're just getting a little glue here and there, you know, is I add a little more glue so that they'll stick together real well. Because otherwise, you know, the edges aren't glued and all that. A lot of times I stitch these anyway, so that wouldn't be a huge thing, but I just like them nice and flat and glued together. So yeah, I thought this would be a fun thing to do for people that haven't, maybe are new to journaling, and then this one's glued together pretty good. To remind people, because I know I forget to use my book pages a lot too, so. And then I oftentimes, because these ones are big, they're like 6 by almost like 4.5. So I usually like to tear them down a little bit just because I generally don't want them that big for a pocket. So a lot of times I go to just sort of where the writing is. But it depends on the size of the book and how big you want. And if you want to use it as a pocket on a page, you might want to tear it to the size of that page or whatever. But for these, I'm gonna tear them down to close to where the writing is. So how are you guys? Are you doing good? My daughter Aiden is here. She's over drawing over there, so she'll probably be pretty quiet because that's just how she is. But if you hear somebody, that's who it is. She's trapped. She's trapped with her old mom. The car is getting fixed and it's taking forever. Yeah, she's ready to go get her stuff done that she needs to get done. But yeah, we all know, we all been there. Of course, it was the air conditioner. I'm just going to tear this to about, let's go to 6. Will be good, usually for a tag. I mean, of course, you can always have them long or whatever. And then this, you know, you can do stuff like add a pocket to your tag. Maybe we'll just go ahead and do that since I said it, right? Okay. So I'm going to just use a lot of random stuff that I have in my scrap mess. So, and then you can stamp on these and use that. I like the edges. I like to keep the edges for that, especially this old page. So I'm not going to concern myself a whole ton with every detail of this background because it is going to be just a background for whatever else I decide to use on these. So we're just going to go for it and not overthink it. Or try not to anyway. I might put a little piece under this just because it's got this funny rip, but I kind of like that. So I don't want to have that under something else. So yeah, we're just kind of hanging out here. I'm trying to get some things done before my aunt comes. It'll be good to see her. This is just Tim Holtz tissue, and I just had it sitting on my desk, so I grabbed it. So what are you drawing, Aiden?
Mushrooms.
You're drawing mushrooms? Nice. I can't wait to see them.
Messing them up.
I'm messing them up. And I'm not going to worry if there's wrinkles. Kind of like the wrinkles a little bit. So then when we put this on, we'll be able to see a little something there. So yeah, this is fun to sit and do, like, you know, sit on the couch and just glue scraps to book page like this that you could use, you know, as the background for flowers or birds or whatever. And just keep them real neutral. That way you can use them in whatever journal you're making. And I think I'll probably be doing like a little mini Halloween journal. I'm going to try to get that started before we go, and then do a bigger one when we get back. I don't know yet. Just depends how much I get accomplished. The Doom of Dust. That's from an old magazine. It's kind of funny. So yeah, I don't have a lot of stories to tell. It's pretty calm around here. We've just been trying to get stuff done. As always. Never ends. Right, sis? Never stop. And then I would cover the back with just, oh, this one I don't even have to cover because it's already plain. So just like that. See, I've got a base that I can add, like I said, flowers, mushrooms, whatever you want to that. And it's all ready to go. So that's just kind of what I'm going to do, is make things like that. But yeah, I know not everybody's got like a lot of the old pages, but if you know, have some regular newer dictionary page or something like that, this is another great thing. This it's children's drawing paper. It's manila drawing paper. You can get a stack of it on Amazon, and it's not expensive. And so you could print digitals on that of, like, you know, old forms or ledger or whatever, like something like that. And that gives it like that instant old book page look, which is kind of nice. And so this color isn't a whole lot different from what we already have on here, but it's just a different text, and for some reason dictionary is just really fun to work with, I think, because the text is so small. And you could also like crinkle it up, so if it's a new book page instead of like an old vintage book page, you can coffee dye a lot of this stuff, so you know, that's obviously going to give it an old look. You could use alcohol inks, Tim Holtz oxides, all those kind of things on your little bits and pieces. And if you've seen Louisa Heinzel, where she drips paint and inks and all kinds of stuff on all little scraps, you could do the same thing with like book page and, you know, make them look older than what they are, or just give them a cool look. They don't even have to necessarily look old. My hair's flying around there. It scared me when I went to the hairdresser the last time. That made me think. She was saying that something that she's seeing, a lot of women are losing their hair from COVID. I was like, that is awful. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. That would be not fun. This is something that was in my scraps. I'm not sure where I got this one, but it's a digital. There's lots of them. So if you look for like old ephemera digital downloads, or, you know, ledger digital downloads, you'll find all kinds of things that you can use for this same type of look. Do I want the whole thing? For washing and cleaning everything, no matter what. Maybe I just want part of it. out some of this old book page I have over here too. But yeah, so don't worry if you don't have the old scraps. You can, I mean, it's taken me like 5 years to collect the bits and pieces I have. It just takes time because you have to find it and then, you know, just get a little bit here and there. I gessoed this book and I just like the way it looks around here. I'm just gonna trim it where it's hanging out. So yeah, there's lots of little tricks you can do to give stuff an old look. The best thing is the distress inks and oxides, I think. And of course coffee. Coffee's a great thing to use. And I like the torn pages on here, on the edges. But if you don't like that look, you can cut them straight with a cutter. Okay, so there's another one covered. That one I will cover the back because it's, and this will work. And I don't even mind that there's a little of the letters showing there and there. I should have torn this side first. I'm just going to rough it up. Oh, I didn't do that one either. But this old, or this drawing paper, it's not old, is really very close to feeling like old book page. It's got a great feel to it, and it ages up really neat. It's like a manila file folder. It ends up looking a lot like that. See, you make something out of one of them and then you just have another one. It never ends. So I know these look kind of plain right now, but like I said, you can add any decorations you want on top, depending on the journal you're going to make. It's just a good base to start with, and then all you have to do is decorate them up. How's it going over there with the mushrooms, babe? Good. Did you get where you messed up or whatever you were saying? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the little pocket. That just seems like a fun thing to do. I'll do this on there. Even though the whole thing's not there. It's another hot one here. We're praying for it to cool down at least 10 degrees for band camp.
It's gonna be icky.
I don't know if you guys can hear, but she said it's going to be icky. She's not lying. It always is. I don't want to. That's the only thing she does not love about band. She just does not love band camp.
Water.
I think I'll put this on here instead of there. So I'm trying it this way. Yeah, maybe. And then I can cut off that little bit of tire that I left there. It's 9 days this year too. I don't know what Joe was thinking, honestly. That's a long time.
Yeah. You don't care. He sits under his tent with his mister and fan.
With his mister and fan. That doesn't seem fair. It's like if you're going to torture us out here, you should have to be out here too.
Nah.
Put this up here, this little piece. This paper is really cool because it's so old. It's just, it feels like cotton or something. I don't know. It's crazy. I like how it's turned over right there, so I'm just going to put a little glue, flip it back over. Okay. And I know there's already book page, and I'm covering book page with book page, but it's just different. I like it with the gesso on there. And really old book page cracks really easy when it's gessoed. Well, it cracks really easy anyways, but using up a few scraps anyway, right? So I just turned that little area over that cracked.
Let's see what else.
I'm just digging through my scraps. My endless scraps. Oh, that would look good on there too. We're going to cover this down here. I don't know, this is pretty cool with the number on it. Looks like it got some glue on it, but that's okay. Let's get this side torn first. I love old ledger with the number on them. Fun. Have you checked to see if your dad texted yet? Oh, that side's even better. Look at that. Let's use that side because the number's all kind of faded and crazy looking. And I like the lines on this side better. It'll probably be right when, yeah, when you leave to go to the dentist, and then I won't have a car. I mean, Theron can take me if he's back, but well, even if I had a car, I couldn't go get it by myself. There's a lady on here. I think she's too big. This one's torn already though. That one would work. No, I'm going to end up covering up everything I already have on here, but it's okay. This is just like a copy from an old, or not an old, but a reprint Sears catalog. Actually, I don't even think that's a copy. I think that's one of the actual pages. I don't know, somebody else sent it to me. Not really sure. It's hard to tell by how it feels. I think I'll put that up there. It just jumped out and said it wanted to be used, so. Okay, and we need our little, make a little tiny thumb notch. Almost got her hair. Got it just a touch there, but that's okay. Didn't cut her head off or anything. That's good. That's always helpful. We frown on that. Okay. And then I feel like I need a little something right there. I will never get all of this junk used, Aiden. I'm sorry. I've told her a million times, just start throwing stuff away when I die. Just don't even ask questions, just...
I'll auction it all off to your subscribers.
She says she'll auction it all off. To you guys. Alright, there's sewing machine office. That's a good one. See, this could, boom, just go right into a sewing journal. Just like that. And then make a little tag to go in that little tiny pocket. Oh, I want to cut that like a tag. Yep, like it. Okay. Oh, I have this that's coffee dyed. Let's turn that into a little tag. I don't even know how wide is this. Oh, good. A 2-inch tag will probably fit. This taller section though. And these aren't going to match exactly because they never do, but I'm going to go to the halfway mark of a little metal, like halfway through this. Get that, and that is way different, huh? What if I do this side? What will it do? This is way further down. Over here is the problem. Could just kind of take this down a little further. Nope, those are way too different. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's go this direction. That's what I should have done in the first place. I thought they would match a little better. This is really crooked. And we'll just use my punch, because then I know both sides will be the same. This thing. Like not, it says 2 inches, but it's just not quite. So you cut it on the cutter at 2 inches. And I always forget it just needs a little bit more. So that fit in there, or is it too big? Yeah, it fits. So there we go, just like that. That's a fun little pocket. Okay, let's do another one of these. So I think I like that manila file folder tag just the way it is. I mean, once I decide where that goes, I might put something else on there, but it's all coffee dyed, so I like it. Okay, let's do this one. Put this out of the way. Another bag o' scrap. Merry days. Could use this one for Christmas. Yikes. Christmas, Aiden. It's coming real fast. You're very engrossed over there. This is out of a children's book. I think it was the Bobbsey Twins, something like a winter one. I mean, you wouldn't have to use that. Oh, look at that. I didn't know that was on the back. Well, we're going to do that instead. Because we can definitely use that for a winter journal. Hard to believe that will ever come when it's 100 degrees out. But I thought the same thing when it was like, 30 degrees and it was all icy, and thought, oh, it's never going to get warm. Always does. Let's see. This is a very crooked piece of paper. I might have to find a different one. This might be kind of cool, since we're doing the icy whatever thing. This is just deli paper that was like used as a drop page or whatever, and has blue paint and white paint on it. Probably around winter time last year. Oh, I was going to do it the other way. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, it does, because that side's all uneven. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, because a lot of people were asking about the 50 stack challenge, the guest check challenge that I'm doing. A lot of people said they don't have guest checks, and would it be okay if they used, you know, like a different type of paper? And that's totally fine. I don't care. I just thought it would be fun to use a stack of guest checks. But yeah, that's, if you can't get guest checks because you live where you don't have them, then of course, just use whatever you've got. Yeah, that's totally fine. It'd be fun just to have people participating. I'm not worried about, oh no, you don't have a guest check, you can't participate. So yeah, just do it on, if you want to do them on book page, whatever. The guest checks I'm using are about, I think it was 6 1/4 by 3 1/2. So if you wanted to like cut pages or cardstock or whatever, that size, that's what size they are, if that helps. But yeah, I have absolutely zero problem with that, because I know, yeah, you can't always get everything everywhere. I didn't know they didn't have guest checks in like England and stuff. I thought they did, but I mean, I just don't have a clue, so that's not something I would know about. But yeah, definitely just have fun and play along. That's my only interest. We could put this on there, huh? That would be fun. A nice bent piece of paper here. Yeah, really just the whole concept of using one prompt and just trying to make 2 a week, you know, just to build up your stash is really all that I'm trying to make happen. And I was going to hook mine all together, but the more I think about it, I don't think I'm going to do that, just because I may want to use them in different journals. So I think I'm just going to leave them as they are, but they definitely could be made into all one if you wanted to do that. So just like that, we have a winter one. And, you know, later I could add a snowflake or, you know, anything that we wanted to go with the journal that we're making. Okay, I want to do another journaling card, I think, because I have an idea. I did have these much more organized, but as time goes on, you just start sticking stuff in there. So I'm just going to do like a simple, super simple pocket that, you know, you can put on a page. And then I'm just going to take this one and basically do the same thing. Just want them about the same size. but it doesn't matter because you can rip them down to whatever size. But I'm going to use one as a pocket, so I'm just going to do 2. I could do that. So I'm going to leave like 1.5 inches for this piece, and I'm going to put it down here, and then I'll have a pocket here, and then a pocket there. I could even these up a little bit more. Okay. So you'll be able to see it a little bit better once we get some papers on there. So yeah, definitely just get out your book pages if you have a bunch of them, and you can just play around with them and make all different kinds of pockets and journaling cards and tags. Have any mushrooms yet? No. Oh, I forgot to glue these. This one? That one's stuck together. Oh, I don't want to tear her head off. That would be bad. Okay, let's not do that. Let's see. I found this on New York Public Library site, just old, you know. There's some Braille with bold book pages on there. Journal pages and things like that. Some of this stuff used up. Pete's sake. What am I doing? This one, and then maybe a piece of this, because I like the color difference. I think what happens is when you first start doing this and you just save every little scrap of like old paper and you don't want to use it because, you know, it is hard to find. I'm not going to lie about that. But it gets to the point after you collect for a while and you just have more and more scraps that you just want to use it. It becomes easier to use. Oh, that's why it's cool too. Oh. And I would definitely check thrift stores and places like that too, because sometimes you can find books that aren't even necessarily that old, but they've aged, like the pages have patinaed, And so they're a great thing to use because then you, you know, you don't feel as bad because it's not such an old book. But there's a lot of old books out there that nobody's reading or anything anymore. So, and they're just disintegrating. So at least this way, you know, using them for this kind of thing, you're giving them another life. At least that's what I feel like. Straighten this out a little bit. Okay, and then this one will go on. I want it like, no, I want them back here. So I need to put another piece of something. Thought I was closer. All right, let's use this. Okay, gonna put a little thumb notch. Actually, let's do both of them at the same time so they're at the same spot. Oh, that's upside down. Not that it really matters, I guess, but you can kind of see the letters under there, so. Okay, and then I'll just put glue on the top, the bottom, and the back side. I forget to make these all the time too, so. And this, you know, it's like the simplest thing to do. I always try to be reinventing the wheel, right? Did I do that upside down again? I guess as long as I don't put it where the thumb notch is, it doesn't matter, right? I like that really layered look with the torn edges and stuff. That would look better. I mean, you could leave them like this too, because they do look cool just with the old papers. And let's put just like a number on there. Just keep my 1884 from the other day. And just like that, we got another one. So yeah, you could do this all day. Or I could anyway. And then, you know, you'll make some little tags to go in there. Just make some simple ones. That. Gosh, I'm losing my marbles. It's fine. That's fine, she says. I'm used to it. Sorry, gotta get the pin in here or that glue won't ever come out again. I'm trying to think, how do I want to do these? Because that's just an itty bitty pocket right there. I think I'll do kind of short, fat little tags. So how wide is this? Almost 4. So let's go 3.5, 3.25. And then got the first one about there. This one I'll do a little bit longer. Oops, what did I do? Oh, that's why I did it. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm the biggest dork. Why can't I ever do that? Okay, I need this to be it's this way. 3.25, yeah. Okay, now how long? And you could, if you wanted to, make this one also that way, but I think I'll do a top pocket on that one. I'm gonna try just a tiny bit more. It was really tight going in and out of that pocket. So that one will go there, and that one will go there, and then you can have a tall tag out of the top. These are still, I did something weird. 3.25. No wonder it didn't fit right. There, that's better. Jeez, that was way too difficult. And then depending on you know, what journal it goes into, I can have a tag coming out the top as well, or out the side if I change my mind. I'm just gonna put a little more glue right there. It's wanting to come apart. But in 48 minutes we got this one, this journaling card, a tag. Oh, I didn't back that yet. I need to back that with a tag with a tag. So this can go into a pocket and you'll have a couple spots to write, and then just these simple journaling cards. All right, so I hope you have some scraps to play with, that you could play with some book pages, and I will see you guys again soon. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.